This debut episode of the One Click podcast is brought to you by Underworld Wukong. Because when your soul is being down to the underworld, who better to lead you down the river Styx than a fucking monkey with an awesome staff? Welcome, many viewers and listeners, to the One Click podcast. This is Clickr Dragon, as you know me, because I'm hosting this on my channel as always. With me are my three gaming buddies from my various videos that you may have heard us in. We got Mr. Ballzac 8. How you doing, sir? Okay. We had the tech god guru and the greatness of mankind himself, Mr. Krazygamer 91, Rahulio Dante. How are you,
How-
sir?
How's it going, guys?
And we have the comic book master, and I guess he's what do we call him in games? He's the guy that runs away, but still the most dependable teammate that you can ever have, Mr. Captain Hack.
Oh, I thought Cody was.
I
on
am
here.
playing Snake right now,
Okay.
and I'm not paying attention to Zach because he,
Are you playing
I was gonna
that
say
Sneaky
Sakura. Well, yeah, that
He's
too.
sneaky snake.
Snake, bro.
Snake. I'm a fuller little snake.
So basically, this is our little fun podcast that we'll be doing every once in a while. Hopefully we'll try to do one once a week or so. We're gonna try to cover both like gaming and some tech news as well to give a little dose of a little bit of everything. So so to start our debut episode, let's talk about something that we've been playing or haven't been playing in a while, but still want to play, but kind of in the middle of it and all. Let's talk about our favorite pastime, Mr. Payday 2. So, as people have watched on the videos on my channel, we're a pretty solid click on Payday 2. We're doing good.
We all know our parts.
Yeah, we know our parts. I mean, we're still learning things thanks to freaking Kirby the other day, who taught us who threw a bombshell at us and taught us new stuff on it. But that game's fucking awesome. I can't hate on it too much.
Yeah, well, you can hate on the DLC.
Yeah, I can go on DLC, but we'll touch on that in a bit. But Mr. Ballzac, how do you feel on Payday 2, sir?
It's a pretty nice game. Actually,
Steam would never work. Is what you should have been saying.
excuse me. Did y'all hear something? Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean it's a really nice game. It's it's first when people see it, they're gonna be like, oh, that's just Grand Theft Auto until they actually play the game because
And they realize Grand Theft Auto doesn't have heist.
if this nigga don't quit interrupting me, okay. So basically, after we started playing, Payday 2, about a month or two afterwards, Grand Theft Auto 5 said they were going to release all their bank heists. I don't know if that's, to compete with Payday 2 because the bank robberies that are in Grand Theft Auto are all set up. Same storyline, you can beat the game, but then when you play Payday, every single bank robbery goes differently. Same objective, just different people, different settings, different everything that comes after you. I mean, it's a really nice game.
Wait, now, touch on the Grand Theft Auto thing there. Did the heist thing ever come out, or because I heard that got delayed over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty positive. I think it's going to get delayed at least until the PC release, which that keeps getting delayed
God
back.
damn!
I
It's actually a
believe,
few months, sir.
I hope that PC release sometimes comes out because again, it kind of delays for about a month or two, and people actually did a prepaid on it as well. So
If it's anything delayed, I'm gonna be pissed.
yeah,
I'm gonna
so-
demand my money back.
Well, I saw a forum, and it was like PC gamers are going to be pissed because the graphics were so low when they were going to release it in January, and then that's why they held it off to increase the graphics again because it was just going to look like it was on a PS4. But on the PS4 release, they released first-person Grand Theft Auto, which I don't know if that's going to be on PC because that's going to be pretty fucking dope.
That's true. I've seen a lot. I haven't watched any, but I've seen a lot of videos popping up about the first person view in Grand Theft Auto. And is that what's trying to compete with Payday 2? You think the heist plus that first person view?
It has to be. I mean, unless they're just running out of ideas. But I mean, every single Grand Theft Auto game is the same thing, except they add a few different cars, new missions, but it's basically been the same thing, graphics improvements to every game. Now they're adding actual interactive missions. And I mean, they started out with bank heists, so I believe that's a stab towards Payday 2, because I mean, Payday 2 is a badass game and it's getting recognition, and especially with the release of John Wick, which all the Payday people, if you know,
Mm-hmm.
John Wick is a pretty badass movie. That's advertisement, and like consumers are, they're going to pick what they want, and if they like the movie, they're going to go buy Payday.
That's true. Now, oh, sorry, Ron. Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say Mr. Ballzac does happen to have a really, really good point. How they're trying to basically compete. That's exactly how it sounds like. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Now,
Sort of sound like a freaking lawyer there. Now, Mr. Ballzac has a very good point, but I would just like to point out that there are flaws in his logic.
uh-oh. No, wait, but see, now I want to say, now I'm confused about something now. Now, obviously, Payday is, I mean, in my opinion, Payday must have a lot of money in a way, because you see like the movies they be making whenever like a new like DLC comes up, like they do like some fucking cinematic movie shit, like.
And that's exactly why Grand Theft Auto came out. That people have already played Grand Theft Auto. They beat the missions in 2 days. It doesn't take that long. I beat my game in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't hard at all. There were some fun missions. They added like some alien shit where you get fucking high and you fight aliens and then you fall from the sky. Other than that,
Spoiler alert.
yeah. Sorry guys for all the PC gamers. I mean, they basically did the same bullshit missions. I mean, they added different features. They're running out of ideas. Yes, it's the best Grand Theft Auto that has came out, but before that, that was the third one. I thought the third Grand Theft Auto was one of the best ones.
True. But see, what I was gonna say was that Payday 2, it seems like it has a lot of money, because with the with their advertising, and like I said, every time they do a trailer, they have like really really good like movie trailers. Like they like freaking Payday could be like an actual TV show in my opinion. Like the way they like go in on it. Like you remember like the Hoxton one, like when that first came out,
Mm-hmm.
that was like a freaking like almost a 10-minute intro, but it was like really well done. Like it really made you want to like play the actual heist and stuff like that. Like got you amped to play it.
Exactly. And now,
But now this comes my next question. This because what we were like what Eric was hinting to earlier. Recently, their DLC has gotten like quite expensive, and they've been like splitting it up. Like in the past, like the DLC was like $5 for like weapon packs or like for a heist and stuff like that. Now it's like every time they release a character, it's like a character you gotta pay for the character, and then you gotta pay for the heist separately. So if they're quote unquote doing good with money, what let's just our role for this one to get his opinion on it. What do you think is causing them to like switch into that kind of deal?
Well, I mean, I guess one of the reasons why they're doing that is to do all the advertising and all this kind of stuff, to record even just a 10 minutes video. It costs a lot of money, especially if you have special time effects and stuff like that.
Have you seen that camera quality?
And and I guess that would be one of the reasons why they have to probably increase a couple of dollars here and there, or maybe try to come up with a different idea than what they used to have. Now the benefit is they're still supporting the game after couple of years now.
That's true.
So that's one of the benefit. I mean, the game still doesn't feel like it's getting old at this point. So if as long as they're keeping up to date, and then hopefully they don't increase the price on DLCs, then it'd be really nice, I would say.
Well, see, they already increased the price of DLC, is what I'm saying. But I agree with what you're saying, though. It's just that I've been seeing comments like because I've been looking on Steam and see what people think about the game. Some people are like oh, this game is just a game called DLC Day 2 or something like that, because like all this like the base game is like not that much, and you have to pay for a shit ton of DLC, and it's expensive as shit. So it's like what do you do when you're faced against with comments like that? It's nuts.
So
well,
hopefully they would listen to customer and the comments, and then try to reduce the price of the DLCs. and let people enjoy overall game by reducing the price of it. That could be something that definitely helps.
You know, it's not. I guess it's not a pay to win. You don't have to buy anything in that whole game to win that game. But that's there for option. And then when, like I said, when John Wick came out, the main character in the game is John Wick. So when that came out, all of us kids that are, smaller than us and their parents will buy them stuff, that's what they asked for. Buy me this DLC. John Wick was on TV. Let's go buy this. They raised the price. It didn't happen until John Wick started getting advertised.
Well, wasn't John Wick free, I think?
John Wick was free. Yeah, we didn't.
No, I'm just talking about the DLCs, but when we started.
So, like, unrelated DLCs.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's true. After the John Wick DLC, I think that's when they started that's when they started doing new DLCs you charge for. I know Hoxton was a free one, too. To unlock him, you had to beat the heist, and then you got him. I remember that. And then and that was I think it was like the last free DLC to Hoxton breakout. Because after that, you had to start paying for. Because then that was Clover and the Diamond, and then now it's that new guy. I forgot his name, and the bomb heists that are out now.
Dragoon or something like that.
Dragon, I think, or something. I think it's something like that. Yeah. So it's just interesting to me that they start off with because I didn't mind paying for the DLC before. Mainly because I waited for it to go on sale, and they were like, what, $1.25 a piece? So that's when we jumped on them. But that was it made sense though, because the earlier DLC was like, oh, buy this DLC, you'll get 6 or 7 different weapons and couple of mods. That was pretty reasonable for $5. And then especially the first weapon mod where it enabled you to use grenades and stuff. That was pretty awesome. That was worth $5 to me. That's like a game changer right there. The grenades make it a lot more easier when you're doing harder difficulties, in my opinion.
Right.
But it's just that when I think to be fair, I think in their opinion, what they should do was if they wanted to do this whole separate the DLC thing, they should have made the character and the heist just one DLC, but make it maybe $8 or something like that. That would have made more sense to me.
So you're saying that they should have just combined both of them and maybe increase $1 or $2 more and charge for kind of like a combined DLC kind of pack.
Yeah, I think that would have made more sense because separately, let's see, you're paying what? I think it's $5 for the character and maybe $6-7 for the heist.
Right.
It doesn't seem like it equals that much because you're paying for one heist. The diamond was just one heist, so you're paying mad money just to do one mission. That's stupid.
True.
The bomb heist I understand because the bomb heist is 3 different heists, so that's fine. I can I can get behind that, but just paying for one heist for $7, that doesn't seem worth it.
Plus the character. I mean, let's face it. Just for a character, why would you want to pay $5 or $6?
Yeah, you're paying for voiceovers and stuff like that.
Right.
You're not really paying for something that's changing the game. Really, you're just paying for voiceovers. Really.
Right.
It's a game with a gun and a club, sir.
That is true. I forgot about that. But see, again, that's one gun and stuff like that. So it's is it really worth that to?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, what other games do you have that they're continuously improving except League?
Oh my
God. On a Steam game, what else?
Oh, okay.
Who else is giving you new missions every single week? Or not every single week, but seasonal. Who takes the time to go and make a seasonal mission? I have never once played a Christmas Grand Theft Auto, any game. You've never just played a specialty one.
You got me on that. That's true. They did make holiday missions because they had the Halloween one where you had to defend your safe house from the headless juggernaut. I'm sorry, the headless bulldozer, and then they had the Christmas special one. So you're right.
Excuse me. I correct myself. Killing Floor did a Halloween one.
Yeah, that's true. Killing Floor does. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, Killing Floor does do that.
But again, you don't have to pay to win that one either. So
that's true. You just pay for skins on that one. That one I can understand paying for skins because on that one you get more than one skin, and the ones that cost a little bit more are the ones that have different voiceovers, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So I can understand that one. That one I don't get too upset about. That's fine. And that one, with levels, they don't make you pay for levels because they're people make custom levels. You just go find a server, you're done. It's kind of pointless to pay for levels on that game. So,
I guess it's just, I don't know. I see it as an advertising way, and I don't mean to get off topic, but I mean, I've told you about the rapper Hobson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me bring you just through his career real quick in a short span. His first, real recognized song, he was trashing Tyler the Creator, Lil Wayne. He was making fun of all these big rappers. So that brought him attention. So then he kept on hold for 2 years before he even dropped his first album, but he kept people waiting. So when his album did drop, everyone went and bought it because they were like, "Yo, this dude is ill." So then after he got all that, he dropped a mixtape or not even a full mixtape. He just featured on songs. Then after I know it's a copy. I don't know if you guys seen Dumb and Dumber or whatever, the newest one that came out.
Mm-hmm.
The commercial where he didn't talk for like 20 years. Well, Hobson announced to Facebook, Instagram, he was like, "I'm quitting rap. I'm out. I'm moving to Australia," and he talked about that in his album. So then everybody's like, "Okay, well he's quitting rapping." Didn't hear anything from him. He dropped the Illmind 6 or 7, and then he was done. Didn't rap. Didn't hear from him. So 2 weeks later, this happened a month ago. 2 weeks, later after that, he came out and he made a video and said, "Ha, I just got you guys. You guys didn't hear from me for that long. It was just a joke. My new album's dropping." And people were like, "Oh my God, he's back. He's going to drop this new album." And he's going to buy it. Everyone's going to buy it because he tricked them into thinking that he wasn't going to rap anymore. So people just lost hope. But when he said he was coming back, everybody's like.
So it's kind of like Jay-Z's thing when he said he was quitting and then he came and he still came back anyway, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. So, all right. I can get behind that. That makes sense.
They're business people.
Yeah. That's true because when it comes to games making DLC, so you got to think of it from both ends. You got to think on both ends of the spectrum. You got to think from the gamers, and then you also got to think from the company itself. And I'm just thinking if I take the gamer side first because working 40 hours a week and stuff like that. Money's tight, so you don't have that kind of luxury just to throw your money anywhere you want nowadays when you got to handle your business and stuff like that. So
you ain't lying.
But at the same time, I can see from their point of view too, where it's like Raul said too. It's they're still constantly updating the game, and they don't make you pay for every single change they do, just like big changes. So, and at the end of the day, I gotta agree, it is a fair thing. I just think that a better practice for them to make everybody happy, them and the customer, will be combine the DLC into one package and just raise the price. So instead of making like $5, make it like $8 or $10. That way, in a way, it seems justifiable for both people. You're not paying for two separate things. You're paying for one thing at a combined price.
But I do think, I feel like I keep repeating it. But you know how they came out like that Christmas one for free?
Yeah.
I think if they broke up every DLC to make it cheaper, I think they would end up making us pay for the Christmas one. It could be $1 or $2, but then I think if they divided it out, they would have to charge for that.
Okay, that does make sense. I guess. Well, there's one person you haven't heard the opinion of, Mr. Wiley on the side there. You just been interrupting. We haven't heard your full opinion yet. What do you think on the DLC thing?
I think they did smart, but they should have lowered the price because people. If you group them together, you'll get those people that don't really care for Clover or really don't care for the missions.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense doing this way, but at the same time, the prices are way too high, especially for a 2-year-old game.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Most people are arguing why don't you just create the fucking third game already?
I did read that in the comments too. I was gonna bring up later that people are why don't you just make a third game? And what do you think about that? What's more beneficial business wise? Is it more beneficial to keep updating one game that's working, or to just create a new game altogether?
The problem with the PC fan base is that they expect better graphics. And if you're using an older, engine, which you have to be with the game being, game unless you want to rework everything, it's gonna be one of those things that people are not going to want to pay $5 to increase the lifespan of their 2-year-old game. They're just going to buy another game that's 2014, 2015 era.
And I guess their defense though, usually developers takes about a good game. A good developers usually take about anywhere from 2 to 3 years, even 4 years, to develop a good game and make it
Right.
balanced. I mean, this is a game which is available across all the platform, I believe.
Yes.
So you have the Xbox and PS3 and everything that needs to be optimized properly. So I wouldn't mind waiting an extra year to get a nice stable game compared to just let's talk about GTA 5. I mean that's one of the reasons why they're holding off for extra month or two to kind of optimize their game for PC. So
Yeah, and I like the fact that they are holding it off for like because I hear from like other like people who are patient gamers or players like it's good that they hold off PC ports for a long time because like a lot of times like these console games that come to PC they just rush the port and we got like this really shitty port on the PC and it's like what the fuck.
Can I interrupt you there for a second?
What's that?
Sega.
Yes.
Sega. Just gonna say Sega
Yep.
and remind you guys of that fucking game that doesn't work with your controller.
Oh, Minority?
Yes.
I don't think we ever forgot about that.
I still have not drawn that big bag of dicks I was gonna send them either.
Just like,
It's the truth though, like especially with a game like GTA 5 where everybody knows it's gonna look like fucking immaculate on PC. Like
Right.
the longer they take on it, like I don't mind the wait. Like
you
seriously.
can't. Yeah, you
They're
can't
asking-
disappoint.
Yeah, exactly. They're asking for $60 so it's like,
Mhm.
hey, and you see what it looks like on PS4, and every reviewer has said the same thing. It looks good, but that in the hands of a PC, it will look like fucking breathtaking. That
Right,
kind of
right.
deal. So if they're saying it's gonna take a couple more like months or days or whatever to get it done, like, hey, take all the time you need, just
Think
to
the
make sure that
problem-
when it comes out, like there's not a lot of problems because
Yeah.
that's been the problem lately. With games coming out and then like they just come out all shitty like and we have to wait
Right.
like for patches,
I
patch on patch on patch as they've been saying.
I do have the one argument about that though. So the problem with that, it's okay if you were to release the game after a late, maybe a month or two late. That's fine.
Mhm.
Again, they wanted to optimize the game and everything, but they shouldn't start pre-orders if they
Right.
knew they were kind of running into this problem because now people did pre-order. And they might wanted to get something else if they have to hold off for a couple of months instead of like let's say 5 days.
Mhm.
I mean, they might wanted to order some different games. They're holding the $60 right there that they could have spent on some other games that they might like.
That's true. That's
I think
very
a
very
big
true.
problem with that is that, like Raul said, that they keep pushing it back, which is a good thing. But you also get those people who are becoming less and less interested, but as time goes on, so they know that, so they'll end up rushing themselves a little bit.
That's true.
And with this whole pre-order thing, they're more than likely going to get it out on that date because of the whole, there'd be a huge ass controversy. There's controversy over this whole. All right, so I paid my money, and you're not giving me the game at the time that you
Right.
said you would.
Mm.
Which they would, they would definitely send you something like the whole pre-order thing. It gives you an extra amount of cash. Like they'll probably give you some more cash after that, or car or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean they'll definitely take care of it if that's the problem. But Rockstar actually is not that good with PC ports. I mean, you guys remember Grand Theft Auto 4?
Yeah.
You have to crank down the graphics so far down because you go in the multiplayer and you're just lagging all over the goddamn place.
Oh fuck yeah. Mhm. And I still got Max Payne 3 problems for that to that on top of that. My Max Payne 3 doesn't even work on PC anymore. Like it was working fine, and one day I can't even start the fucking game anymore. So yeah, I definitely know Rockstar has a problem with PC games. Not sure why they do, but they do.
Well, they can because they are this big ass company that started pretty much their franchise
On console.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, it started on PS1, which makes sense. But
And
Always
I know they kind of hate PC too because like
the whole yeah.
a lot of times you'll hear like in their things that they don't like PC because it's so easy for it to be pirated. So that's a lot of money that they lose. That's why they're really hesitant to push their games to PC because they feel that they'll lose a lot of money by pushing on there, which is and it's valid. Like
Yeah.
I can't get mad at them for that. It is a valid
mean,
point.
Who here has not pirated a game? Oh, well, actually, probably Zach because he's later to the gaming, sir. It's PC gaming. But
Oh,
well,
I'm
you
sorry.
have.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You pirated Minecraft before, haven't
Oh,
you?
I'm sorry. Did you have trouble installing Windows the other day?
Bro,
Yeah,
I didn't have
fuck outta
trouble
here.
installing Windows. I had trouble switching the hard drives.
Oh, that's even worse.
Dude, the software from my tower, my old tower that I installed it on and switched it over to, it's causing problems. Why are we not talking about Rockstar?
It's because Zach's trying to hint that we should switch topics. It's fine.
Oh no, I'm fine. No.
No,
Eric,
it's
Eric
fine.
called me out, and I answered.
It's all good. It's
No, I
all
wasn't
good.
calling you out. I was just saying that you have been here, so the odds of you actually pirating is lower. Because I doubt you pirated on your
Console?
what's that word? Console. Thank you.
You can pirate on console.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
I
that
have.
it's a lot more workaround you gotta do than what you do on
Oh, yeah.
PC.
And we're
Right.
lazy people. Let's
I
be honest.
used to hack, but
That's
like
That's right, you did that for cash.
Call of Duty, huh?
You used to do that for cash. You told us about that before.
Yeah, and I still have my two PS3s.
Well, speaking of Windows trouble, Mr. Raoul, would you like to give us the breakdown on our next topic, the infamous Windows 10?
Sure. So at this point, hopefully everyone kind of read about it or at least heard about it. Windows 10. So of course it's coming out. I don't know, after 6 months or so. It is still in developer preview at this point, and people can actually download it. Now, there are going to be a few changes here. So of course with Windows 8, people didn't like the whole idea of being like a tablet and a Windows desktop
Yeah,
mode.
we
I
heard that
hate
from
that
Staples.
shit so much.
So based on that, I guess customer feedback, they're bringing back the start menu. So that's going to be one of the things. Now the start menu is kind of interesting because now that is kind of combined with Windows 7 start menu, with half of it would be kind of like Windows 8 start menu. So that is going to
Still.
be a little bit interesting. It's actually not bad.
I have a question though. Wasn't the start menu added in 8.1?
I think so.
No, that was just a start menu button. So
Yeah, like
it would
so
still-
I thought that was like the
it-
big thing about 8.1, that they had the start menu on the desktop thingy there.
there were the rumors
advertising.
out there, but what happened was they just kind of put a button in there, so it's easier for people to just hit that button and take it back to the.
So what you're saying is they thought their
It was
customers
kinda
were so
like
dumb
GIF,
that they needed a
basically.
button to press.
Pretty much.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my
I love
goodness.
that.
Because believe it or not, people weren't able to swipe from right hand, and they weren't able to like click on start, so they had to put a start on the bottom on the taskbar. So,
Okay. You can continue now. I was just curious about that because I thought that was like the big thing about 8.1 was like just they had the start button, because that's what people kept telling me for the longest time. And I was like, really? A whole big ass update just for a start button? Okay, cool.
No, now that is interesting point too, because Windows 8 and 8.1, there's a big changes. It's not something that you would notice right off the bat, but they're literally the entire system has been changed from kind of back end the stuff. So all the background processes and the lower memory use and all this kind of stuff has been much more improved than pretty much any Windows out there at this point. So overall, Windows 8.1 is really stable, long as you're kind of used to it. It's really stable hardware or software. Windows 8 basically takes it to the next level with some of the function they're going to add, such as, they're trying to make the Windows 10 more universal. So Windows 10 is going to be on phone. It's going to look exactly the same on Xbox for some reason. So that's going to be that interesting as well. There are a few.
I heard. I remember I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it's interesting that you just brought that up about how it's going to be like on the same on the phone and everything like that. Do you think that there's going to be a thing where they link the Xbox and the PC together finally? Because if I remember correctly, on Windows 8, like you can like check your Xbox stuff on your computer, like you link to your account and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can, and you can stream music. You can access everything on the Xbox through like online too.
So that's going to be a next thing too. Now, this is some people liking it, some people are not. It's one of those things. But you can, within that Xbox app nowadays, you can actually stream your Xbox to your PC.
Oh god.
So you can actually play the games from the Xbox on the PC, and then you can actually play the game. Like, let's see, Eric actually has Xbox and I don't. We can actually play the games together,
Really?
which is kind of interesting.
Huh.
They're also going to have a DVR function, basically just like we use OBS, Open Broadcaster, or Fraps or something like that in order to record the games. It's going to have a built-in function in Windows 10.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So that is going to be pretty cool. Now, how limited that is, it's the question, because
It's probably gonna be super limited because usually anything that Windows gives you for free, it's like bare bones. Like
Right.
for example, like I before I used to have before I had my Adobe Premiere Elements to edit my videos, I used to use the Windows Live Movie Maker, and that oh god,
yeah.
you barely had anything to work with. I mean, it got the job done to put videos on YouTube, but you barely had anything to work with, and you couldn't put like an audio track on top of your thing, so that's why I couldn't commentate in the beginning. So yeah, so I wouldn't hold my breath on if it's gonna be like super powerful
Yeah,
streaming software.
So what I'm guessing, it's probably going to be able to record the games that you play within that Xbox app. That's what I'm thinking, because I don't think they're going to want you to record from Steam or something else like that. One
Yeah.
of those type of games.
But then what about that whole big controversy about Microsoft getting all bitchy about about putting stuff on YouTube and stuff like that?
Really?
Isn't that kind of like defeating the purpose there if they're making software so you can stream from their stuff though?
Well, that is an interesting point, but see, like at one point they were doing that, but
Yeah.
the last time they were doing it, and many of the YouTubers tried to kind of say that, yeah, Microsoft want us to do this. No, the only thing Microsoft wanted to do is to, if you were to have their game, which is Xbox game or whatever, just write down that this is actually an Xbox game, or it's by Microsoft or whatever. Just kind of like give a site to it, basically. So it wasn't that, hey, you tell us good thing about the Microsoft games or whatever kind of thing, which they've done it in past. So it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Cortana.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna ask next. Tell me about this monstrosity that everybody's been talking about Windows 10. Go ahead.
So we have a search, and the search is basically Cortana. Cortana has been in Windows 8 phones and stuff like that, and now it's coming to Windows 10 desktops, and that is going to be a little bit interesting because it lets you do search and all this kind of stuff, but it's its own engine in order to work, so it's not actually doing migrating anything from Windows phones. It's just doing its own search stuff, so you can actually search within whatever programs you have, or you can actually say what's the weather like today, kind of like Google Now and stuff like that.
Oh, so it's gonna be like voice commanded kind of deal.
It is going to be voice command kind
That's
of
so
deal.
fucking freaky. You're gonna be talking to your computer.
Yeah.
If your life wasn't sad and lonely enough as it is already.
Hey. The movie Her was, just a prediction about the future.
Oh fuck yeah! Seriously.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, by the way, Raul, I do have a question about Cortana. If Cortana was to get in a fight with Siri, who would win?
Cortana, Siri sucks balls.
At this point, Cortana is not answering that question on Windows 10 PCs, because I actually asked that question like 2 days ago. But
Later on, the updates. That's just on the free version, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
But on Windows 10 machines or Windows 8 phones, though, it does answer that question, and it says, it's like comparing Apple to Windows. That's what it says. So
Oh, so it's not like be a whole mission of war. Like I would, because Siri sucks.
No. It's more like, hey, it's kind of like Apple versus Windows, and that's exactly how it kind of answers.
See, when I first heard the Cortana thing, I thought it was gonna be like just something simple like that fucking paperclip that used to be on Microsoft Word.
My God.
That little stupid little thing, and you had like a dog and shit like that. I thought it was gonna be like that, and then I heard like there's gonna be some fucking voice commands and shit with it. I was like, seriously, you can talk to. I was like, okay.
I'm just
Oh,
saying,
okay.
if they had a wizard animation with it, I would totally get it.
Dude, that's the next thing that's gonna be now. People are gonna make like custom like Cortana thingies, where it's gonna be like different characters from video games or something like that.
All I'm saying is, if it
Or-
doesn't come with a holographic version of Cortana, I don't want it.
Or even let's make it, let's take it one step better. Have like a porn star on there or something like that. Like,
Ooh.
what are you searching for today? Kind of deal.
like,
It's
yeah.
it's a rap. It's just a
Yeah.
rap. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
The next thing we're also going to introduce, or they're going to introduce, is going to be Project Spartan, which is going to be basically their competition browser to Chrome and Firefox and stuff like that.
Oh, so we're not gonna have freaking Internet Explorer.
But you are going to have Internet
Oh.
Explorer.
Yeah, you had
so-
to have that thing.
yeah.
It never dies. It just
No,
stays
it never
on your
dies.
computer.
I was
It's-
gonna say,
it's-
I made a freaking. I got a USB so that I can, never have to use freaking the whole, what's it called, Internet Explorer thing. I don't have to look it up. I just install a driver and then bam, That's what I.
Not
just
for
really-
Battlefield 3.
Oh God.
That's
Don't
why
you
I
get
also
started on
have
that
Firefox
shit.
on there.
I'm sorry, Robert. I'm sorry. Continue, please.
No, awesome. So Spartan is going to be fairly similar to Chrome. In fact, it's going to have its own extensions and stuff like that. It is running on a totally different engine, and on top of Cortana built into the desktop itself, Cortana is also built in on that browser.
So I can be
So-
all like, "Hello, Cortana."
Yes, you can actually search for, let's see, a shipping or something like that that you're receiving or something. Also, the benefit that they're saying is if you, let's say you look up certain restaurant and they have the menus,
Mhm.
and if you don't know the certain item, you can actually kind of ask for it, see what that ingredients are, and it would actually breaks down all the ingredients for you. And then as it kind of learns how you use the device, and it knows that, okay, Zach doesn't like orange, for instance. Then if there is any restaurants that he's going into, and if it knows, then it's gonna say, hey, this food actually has orange in it, so you shouldn't eat because you're allergic to oranges.
Oh shit!
So-
to everything. Though.
I gotta say, like, the future is looking really scary because I see people talking to their phones and stuff like this happening, where like they go like, "Hey, tell me about this," or "Tell me about that." Like, it just freaks me out that people are talking to their phones and stuff like that, and this stuff is happening. It's kind of
It's-
creepy.
It's a little bit weird because
It
if
is
you
weird.
guys remember, like, first when Bluetooth came on and you had the Bluetooth headset, you'd be walking on the street and then
Yeah.
people would be
You're like, what the
talking.
fuck are you
It's
talking
similar situation.
Yeah, it's like now you're talking to your phone, and it's talking back, and
Right.
and I guess you're right, Earl. I guess like when Bluetooth first came out, it's exactly like that. Because I remember when Bluetooth first came out, and I walked down the street, and then somebody just talking to themselves, and I'm like, "Hey, you're talking to me?" And they're like, "No, I'm not talking to you." And I'm like, "What are you talking to? What? What?"
Can't you see that I have something inside my ear?
It's like what? Yeah, so I agree. I guess that's what it is. It's new technology.
It is
It's
new,
just I'm not
yeah.
used to it yet, cause it just like it still creeps me out like when I see people using Siri and stuff like that, like on the go and stuff like that. It's like wow, people talking to their phones and it's just weird. I can't get
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah,
So now
it's-
people are gonna be talking to their computers now. It's like, ugh, okay, all right, cool. So I have to
can
use
you-
that too.
So hey, Cortana, can you tell me the weather like today? And they were like, hey, da 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 da. I'm like, oh, thank you.
No, see, I can't do that. I would just go like weatherchannel.com, done. Or just pick up my phone, press the weather app, done. Not no, hey computer, tell me what the weather's like outside. I can't look out a fucking window.
xnxx.com. Oh wait, what? I didn't say that, guys. Cortana, shut up. I did not know. That's not my favorites. No. I did not bookmark that. No,
Oh
Cortana.
shit!
No.
We talked
one of-
about this, Cortana. Not in front of guests.
God damn it, Cortana! Get back in the kitchen. Oh wait.
Yeah, just go back.
I gotta
Just
say
do
though,
that.
Windows 10 does sound like it's being pretty awesome. I also like the fact that it's well, yeah, that's my next question. Why are they offering for free via Windows 8 though? What's the deal with that, Earl?
It's actually for Windows 8, 8.1, as well as Windows 7 people.
Whoa, so I have 7, so I can upgrade to 10 for free?
Yes, sir.
I thought it was only for people who had 8. I didn't know it was
no,
for 10
no,
too.
no, no. So what they're doing the upgrade for 7, 8, and 8.1, all of the people who actually have those operating systems, they'll be able to upgrade within the first year. So that's kind of the key thing. What they said was, we want you guys to upgrade to Windows 10 within that first year. If you try to update after that, it's not going to work. We're not going to allow you to do that because we already gave you the entire year to update, but you guys didn't.
But the question is, why are they offering it for free? Like, this is like a brand new operating system. I mean, like, they
Because
didn't do it for
everybody
Windows 8.
hates.
Like, so
They-
what's the deal with this? This is a lot of shit you talked about there.
Yeah, they've usually done it, not free, completely free, but they usually offer a really low price when Windows first introduced every
Yeah,
time.
I remember that because
Um,
working at Staples, I remember when Windows 8 first came out, they did the specials for that, but not completely
Right.
free though. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
I think one of the reason is as the CEO, we want you guys to love the Windows.
So you think that they're trying to save face because of, I guess, Windows 8 didn't do so well?
Because
Right.
Windows 8 sucked.
Yeah. Okay. I think then that
Plus-
does make sense in a way. Yes, I agree
Right.
with that.
Plus, in order to kind of keep everything more consistent, as what they're trying to plan is to keep everything to Windows 10, so all the platform will look exactly same. If we still have like 45% of people using Windows 7, so if they update to Windows 10, then you have really huge amount of market, huge amount of people updating to that Windows 10 system,
Right. Right.
and that just makes the ecosystem much more stable overall for them at
Okay.
least.
All right. I like that.
Um,
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And the last thing that we haven't talked about, which is going to be the most interesting thing that they talked about, is virtual reality.
Oh,
Are we
it's
talking
all
about
right.
freaking
Nope. No,
Oculus
we're
Rift?
talking about new things.
Nope.
Don't
We
get
are talking
about
about-
Oculus Rift.
We
No
are
way.
talking about hologram. So
What?
Cortana.
it's kind of like Oculus, but it's not really Oculus, because this is basically a thing that you wear on your head, just like kind of like Google Glasses, but
Well,
looks more or less like what do you call Oculus. But there is no cable attached. You don't need to connect to your computer, so there is no cables at all. It has all its CPU. It has a built-in GPU, and it has HCPU, which is for holographic CPU power.
Which means the
Um,
price costs like a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
It probably does, but the thing
And no,
about
probably
it
it is.
Yeah,
Ain't no
it probably does. and the best part is they're actually working on this thing for almost 7 years now.
Wow.
So it's up and running, and when they launched in 2012, when they launched Curiosity to do research, NASA and Microsoft kind of combined their power, and they use this holograph system. So what you can do is a scientist can actually wear that on their head, and they can literally, it seems like they're walking on that surface where the image is coming from. So that is really interesting. The people who went to the conference, they were able to actually play Minecraft, Eric,
Awesome.
live. They were able to actually build stuff, and it seems like everything is just wireless, no screen, nothing like that.
But
What
from
is
what
the fucking deal with virtual reality? Like, is it because we're running out of ideas? Is that why we're jumping to virtual reality now?
Dude, they've been doing virtual reality for a long ass time.
Well, I know
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying, like, that seems like be like the hot shit now. Like, everybody's trying to do Oculus Rift and they're trying to do this.
It's gonna fade out. I mean, 3D. Look how quick that faded out.
Yeah, like 3D television
3D
shit.
you
That
don't
shit,
see
that
3D
shit died
shit.
quick.
Good, because it fucking sucked. It ruined so many movies that could have been good.
Yeah, it really, it did. So I was
Watch it
like,
without the 3D, guys. Guys, not that hard.
But think about this: the 3D versus what Oculus and rest of the companies trying to do
It's
is,
definitely
let's say if you're playing a game right now with keyboard and mouse,
Mhm.
okay, perfectly fine. But now you're actually playing a game in virtual reality, which would be more, you're basically in the game. So talk about Payday, for instance. You can actually use a controller, and you have different tools, like you can actually walk anywhere you want,
Mhm.
just like you're actually, and then you're walking the same thing in the game as well. You're looking up, down, sideways. So it's more
immersive.
More
But I'm
immersive.
lazy.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, but see, I don't think I don't want my games to be that immersive. Like I'm all for a game like to take you away and stuff like that, but that's a little too much though.
Yeah, like poker games, that'd be alright. Virtual reality. Sit at the table.
This
Deal me
guy.
another, and deal me another hand. Hit me.
Give me your beer.
Beer. You can't mess with my poker face, Lady Gaga.
I'm just.
Can't read
I
my-
mean, I'm not. I mean, I just don't see the. I guess I'm just not seeing the thing with virtual reality. I mean, the only thing I can see virtual reality doing good is like relaxation screensavers. Like I can see that for virtual reality. Like
Yeah.
like you had a hard ass day, so you want to like just be like at a virtual beach or something like that. I can see that. That's something good for meditating and stuff like that. I can get behind that because we live like in cities and shit like that and stuff like that. When you come home, you're like fuck like. I don't want to see this setting right now. Like, show me like a forest or take me on the water or something cool like that. That's understandable. But
and
I'm sorry,
and-
Rock.
that is actually coming. The main focus right now, as far as trying to make people more hype, is actually to do all this gaming stuff because that's where the hype is. People wanted
It's
to
for
kind of
gamers.
experience the thing,
Mhm.
and that's where they're trying to go for. But it's definitely coming to like a movies, and then of course it's going to come down to. So the Microsoft, what they also talked about was it's kind of combined with Skype, and if you're wearing that holograms thing, you can actually talk to people, but you can also like draw in virtual stuff, and they can actually see that.
Oh, it's like
Um,
PictoChat on Nintendo 3DS, on Nintendo DS, except
Kind of like that, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, to be honest, I don't mean. Never mind. Go ahead, Ro. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Good.
So,
Okay.
at my work the other day, we had a webinar. It was over 200 people in this webinar, and I mean, virtual reality would have been pretty fucking cool. I mean, I know it was an Apple webinar, so it's not that cool, anyways. But
Ooh.
I mean,
Cheap shot.
to be interactive, I mean, like, dude, that would have been pretty cool to
Yeah. I mean,
people would
I-
have got into it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I can
Mhm.
agree that virtual reality can work on some things. Just that I can't see it on a gaming aspect because let's face it, most of us gamers are lazy. It's not to take a cheap shot at
Eric?
gamers. It's just no. I'm lazy too. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lazy person. Because I play games to relax. Like I don't play games to come home and stand right back up. It's like that. The only
Mhm.
interactive game I play usually is DDR and Guitar Hero. That's it. That's
I love
and that's the
Guitar Hero.
interactive I want to be with. Like I don't want to be fully immersed in my game. Like I said, if I actually use the virtual reality things, it would definitely be for a meditation, relaxation kind of thing, not to play a
Mhm.
game though, because I mean, and let's face it, the only interactive games are like the ones for Wii, and what's that marketed towards? Kids. So
Right.
obviously the virtual reality thing is probably going to be like aimed for the kids, but they're gonna be so fucking expensive, man. Like my heart goes out to those parents. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just saying, you obviously never freaking watched. Well, actually, you have because you base your name on it. It's a hack sign, bro.
Yeah, Dot Hack Sign and Sword Art Online. Yeah, I can see it. That is like the future of gaming. I know it's coming. Like it's not. You can't stop it. Obviously,
This is just one step closer, bro.
Now,
it is one step closer. I'm just saying that I personally can't see it. I personally can't see it in this time zone. Like maybe after I'm like maybe in my 60s and technology's cut up a lot and I'm too old to play those games. That's probably when they'll come to that point. But at this point, I just can't see it at the moment.
Screw that. If I'm in my 6, I'm taking stairs or whatever I fucking need to play that game. That shit, I've been waiting for it since I was like 6, bro.
well, after even I kind of watched a few of the videos, even like read something about people actually used the thing and people liked it because it's really good. For me, honestly, like it's one of those things. I never liked 3D. I in fact never watched a 3D movie in theater or anywhere else.
Me neither.
lucky.
So the thing is, like, until I'll try this thing and find out if it actually works or not, it's gonna be really hard for me to kind of recommend or anything like that. It's one of those things where until I don't try it out, I don't see it personally. It's not gonna something I'll be reliving in someone else's words, basically.
All right.
So
Well,
yeah,
thank you for that, Raul. That was a lot more informative than I thought it was gonna be. That was really cool, man.
not a problem, sir.
All right. Let's get to our final topic of the show. We'll be heading to Mr. Ballzac's camp. Mr.
This is
Ballzac,
What's up?
how you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. You know, doing a little Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got here. I've been trying to find a way out of this fucking cave the whole time we've been talking.
This guy. Anyway, the last topic we wanted to talk about tonight was actually an interesting topic, and we want to have Zach start off basically because it predominantly goes towards him the most. Console gamers becoming PC gamers. Now, we recently got Zach into PC gaming like was it early to mid last year?
Yep, I would say so.
Yeah, about early to mid last year. So Zach's been a PC game for almost a year now, but before that he was strictly console. And we got him in the PC, and now he's basically become an avid PC player. So, Mr. Zach, what are your thoughts? Like, what are your feelings? Like, how is it to transition from being a console gamer to a PC gamer? Because I can say my piece on it, but I already made the transition a long time ago. But I'll let you start it off.
I mean, I got so many points. Let me go ahead and start off with this one. So I got my pros and cons about it. So I'll start out with my pros. To be honest, when I came over here, I was like, well, fuck PC. I got a console because that's as a kid, that's advertised.
Yeah, consoles are your life, basically.
PCs are not fucking advertised whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, who wants a computer? I'm running Windows 98. That's when I grew up. I was like, I want that slow piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. But then I got into PC gaming, and then there's a lot of free games, like a lot. So I don't have to spend all my money, like you touched on earlier. Like, who the fuck's got money for that? Not everybody. So that's like one of my main points is free games. Also, we do have Eric. Eric has bought me a few games, so I do appreciate that.
Aww.
I think there's a backhanded compliment coming.
No,
I'm gonna cry.
No, Eric has bought me. He bought me Minecraft the other day. Like, I have a pirated Minecraft, but we were gonna build a server, which he never built.
Oh, there it is. There it is. he found a way to stick it in. Okay.
But yeah. So
Fucking download that shit. I told you to download either.
I didn't. It gave me a virus.
Well, if you had protection, bro, you didn't have protection before this.
Bruh, have you not seen my life? I had baby cake.
Oh no!
Don't use protection, okay?
I knew where this was going.
Oh my god! It started off so nicely too. It really did. Okay, go ahead, Zach. Please continue.
It really does, and like on that, it opens you up to a different world. Like, I play games that I never would have thought, and that brings me to the free game League of Legends. If you knew me and you knew my life, you would be like, why the fuck does he play that? Like, I don't seem like a person. I skateboard, listen to music, blah blah, work.
He's a Call of Duty player too, guys.
Yeah, I'm a Call of Duty player.
Call of Duty.
Can't help it. But yeah, so that's basically my part on that. Playing games, it expands your, the way you play games.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play Call of Duty, the mainstream games that came out, because I didn't want to spend $60 on a game that I was gonna fucking hate. Literally, that's why.
Yeah, with consoles, you take a huge risk with that shit. I agree.
And if you buy it from GameStop, I don't know why anybody would in their life, but if you buy it from GameStop, you go to return it. Like, I bought Rage. Let's just take this in consideration.
I feel so sorry for you, dude.
Dude, that piece of shit.
Oh my god, I have that.
$50. I took it back less than 2 hours. Less than 2 motherfucking hours. And they were like, okay, we can give you about $23 for this. I was like, nah, nigga. I was like, no, y'all gonna give me my full $60 back. And they didn't. I was fucking mad.
That game was so hyped and it was so bad. There was a fake Borderlands and then It could decide it wanted to be Borderlands or some fucking half-ass wasteland racing game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it was trash.
that game was bad. I'm sorry, I had to just get my rage out on that
No,
game.
no, 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 that's good.
I
Yeah.
hate that game so much.
Yeah, that was bullshit. But I mean, what are some other free games that we got? I mean, we gotten some pretty cool free games.
Oh, there's like ZMR, Loadout.
Yeah, Loadout. That's
That's a great free game.
Yes,
Loadout's
it is.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend you download it. Anybody's listening, yeah, go ahead and hop on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good free games for a PC. Mainly because PC takes kind of like a cell phone, like an app, not Apple, sorry, Android store kind of deal where they offer a lot of free games, but they have a lot of microtransactions on their things, though. So
Yeah.
Right.
because like Loadout is a free game, but you do pay for some things on it. But that's only for like cosmetics though, so that's the one reason I did like about Loadout. Like,
Again, yeah, it's not a pay to play. It's just a pay to if you want it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I expected out of that game. Same thing with ZMR. That game was free. You could pay for your gun stuff like that, which I thought was stupid because you had to.
That was expensive.
That shit was stupid expensive. Yeah, some games are nice like Loadout, but the other games are just stupid like ZMR, where it's like what? Seriously? No.
I mean, you're turning away your audience at that point.
Yeah, you really are, because you gotta you level up to get money, and then you rent fucking weapons for like a couple of days, and you lose it. It's like what?
Yeah, that was bullshit.
That
But let's see another point here that I had. I mean, mods like Eric said, like you can get Minecraft now on PS3 and PS4, but you can't mod it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you just got Minecraft.
Dude,
There is a whole nother world to PC, to mod stuff to add different shit to the game, and like I'm sure there's ways to hack it.
A
But
to the fucking min on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Mods are fucking awesome. I don't use a lot of them, but the ones I do use on some games, yes, they're magnificent.
Right. I was gonna say, even though I'm not really big into Minecraft and stuff like that, it's still, you got a lot of mods, and you're not really restricted like the one you might get from the Minecraft itself,
And also, there's a game that's going to come out that's a Pokemon game. It's like League of Legends, but it's like a free open world, and it's going to be strictly on PC, I think. And dude, it looks fucking sick.
Whoa.
I think Eric knows about it, or I think Eric told me about it.
Are you trying to blow my balls off right now? What are you talking about?
Dude, it is sick.
Oh.
It's like, look, type in Pokemon MMO, dude. It is fucking
Oh yeah, you
sick.
can still play that shit.
You can play it?
Yeah, Pokemon MMO is the thing. It's pretty much, I think it's the third generation. No, it's the first generation. Fire Red and Leaf Green, and you can pick pretty much whatever Pokemon you want and just go through the thing.
Yeah, dude.
Check it
It
out.
looks pretty cool.
Yep, free to play. Oh yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like you're playing the Pokemon on your Game Boy, but other people are playing with you. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can run around like catch Pokemon, do whatever you want.
Holy shit! I'm gonna have to put this on my favorites. We might have to try this shit out and stream this one day. Holy shit!
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it's basically Pokemon, but people are just around, I guess, to experience.
That's still awesome though. Like,
It's pretty awesome.
yeah, that's one of my favorites. I'm gonna check that out later. Thanks for that, Zach. But continue.
Let's see what else. I mean, that's pretty much it for mods. I don't really use mods. But I mean, that's just the option. Also, I have more of my friends on PC. As you see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have a regular crew going instead of.
I was laughing because the thing that Brandon said last night, where he's surprised that you actually had friends.
Oh my god!
Still remember that.
I wasn't saying it like that, but no matter how I word the sentence afterwards, it sounds bad. So, You know what? Fuck it. Zach, go to the cons. What are the cons of PC gaming?
Hold on, I'm not done with the pros.
Oh, there's more.
But wait,
There's more.
I told you I came prepared.
All
right,
okay, go ahead, son. I'm sorry. I didn't even try to cut you down. My bad.
Okay, so another pro is keyboard and mouse.
I like keyboard and mouse because of accuracy. I'm not good at it. I still like to play with controller, but when games like Battlefield 3
Oh god.
makes you play with keyboard and mouse, it puts your skills to the test. And like a lot of people are only like controller Game Boys, you know what I'm saying? Like they can't operate a keyboard and mouse.
I agree. I mean, speaking from experience, PvZ, Garden Warfare. When I
Mhm.
switched from controller to keyboard and mouse, oh my god, I get a lot more kills now.
Yeah.
I cannot aim for shit with controllers.
And your headshots are on point.
Yes,
Like,
you are super accurate with a mouse. Like you cannot, you can. It's like it's hard for me to do with a controller. I can't. Like loadout, I don't mind because I don't use sniper rifles in that, and so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, like I said, when certain games you have to be more accurate, I use keyboard and mouse.
It's one thing when console players talk shit, and then all of a sudden there's a shooter game that's cross-platform.
Oh yeah.
They get their asses wrecked when they try using their
Mhm.
consoles. It's not that funny.
Dude, like, yeah, like Zach said, headshots are so much more easier on the keyboard and mouse because you can like, it's because like with a mouse, like you can change the sensitivity is for one thing. Two, you don't move as fast as you do with a fucking control stick. Control
Mhm.
sticks are so hard to hold it still, and like you have that split second in like shooting games. You don't have that time. You don't have the luxury to unless they don't see you. Like you have to you gotta be quick with it. So like. The
now,
mouse is
but
perfect.
that also does bring me to another point. As a controller gamer, you have to have more skill to get a headshot.
True. That is very true.
You have to like, yeah, here we go. I'm a Call of Duty boy. Okay, so
Call of Duty.
I used to quick scope. I mean, you literally had to be dead on your target to get a quick scope, and that's hard enough on a controller.
That's true. I do. I will give you that respect for that.
Yeah, it just for some reason all the Call of Duty terminology just sounds funny to me, like no scope, quick scope, and all that shit.
360 no scope.
Noobs.
Like one of the things I hate about console gamers who are like on the fence and stuff about PC gamers, and you guys know this from my stream, and you already know exactly what sentence I'm about to say.
Oh yeah, I got you.
The fact that they don't know the fact that you can use your controller on your damn computer, like
Oh,
the
God.
ignorance is
Play on
just
Xbox, right? I mean,
the
that's
ignorance
fun.
is just like it baffles me to no fucking end. It's like,
Playing on
dude.
PC. Or is that-
For those who don't know, like on my live streams with PvZ, Garden Warfare,
At
I used to play on the
once.
controller, and so it would like change the interface to show you the controller buttons. And every time somebody came on my stream, the first question they would ask is, "Are you playing this on Xbox?" No, I'm playing on PC. Then why do I see Xbox buttons? Because you can use an Xbox controller on your PC. And I swear, like every time I did a stream, I got that question
People
without
are
fail.
baffled.
It was like the funny. It was like a recurring joke basically every time I streamed because that's everybody kept asking me, and we just all laughed about it. It's so funny.
It got to the point when anybody was on, we always just start off by saying, "By the way, we're on PC."
Yes. So yes, for any console gamer listening, yes, you can play your controller on the PC.
You
can
might
use
want
the
to sit
Xbox
down.
controller. Heck, you can even use knockoff brand controllers. They have PlayStation
Yes.
controllers. There's tons of controllers you can use on your PC.
I use
You're-
a rock hand, dude.
Exactly. You are not limited to just using the keyboard and mouse if you don't want to. However, not every game is controller friendly.
Mhm.
That can be a problem because there are sometimes because I think ZMR is not controller friendly because that was one
Right.
problem we had when we
Oh,
first
yes.
started playing that together.
We played it when it first came out, so that might have changed.
That's true because I know it's gone through a lot of changes now. But yeah, that was one of the things that it didn't have keyboard and mouse, so the people didn't like that. And some games that even when they do have controllers in there, the controllers are just shit. Like Strike Vector.
Oh God.
When me and Eric used to play that, we tried to play that controller. That thing did not work for shit. Like it was so bad. But when we did keyboard and mouse, I was like, okay, I can finally fly my plane. I can finally fly my ship without crashing into a wall.
By the way, we need to play that game again. It was
I
fun.
missed that. That game was fucking awesome. Like you
I
want
mean,
a
I
really
sucked
good
at it, but-
dogfighting kind of game with like fucking fast ass ships. That is the game. But woof, that game reminds me of Killzone, where it's like so fucking immersive you actually get dizzy and want to throw up. Like that's
You just gotta do a barrel roll.
that's what makes me want to throw
Now-
up. Like like have you ever played Killzone before?
I personally
No.
haven't.
All right. Well, Killzone is basically like it's a first-person shooter, but like it's so immersive. Like when you're running and stuff like that, like your head bobs with you. So like it
yes.
feels
Yeah,
so
Battlefield.
real. It makes you feel dizzy and stuff like that. Like every time I used to play that game on PS3, I used to get sick. I was like, I can't play this game. It's too real. I can't do that. And like Strike Vector reminded me of the same thing. Like this, like the speed and like how sharp the turns are when you do that game. It gets me sick. It makes me feel sick sometimes. But it's so like, it's crazy. It's a fun game. But I'm sorry, Zach. I got you off point. Continue,
Oh
sir.
no, you're good. You're good. That was pretty much it for keyboard and mouse. My next on my pros list was emulators. I mean, hey, you can pretty much play anything you want on a PC. And I don't think people know that. Like, you can download PlayStation emulators. You can
Yes.
download.
I should probably prefix this with it's illegal unless you actually have the game.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
That is true.
So,
I do have
before you buy it,
on my channel I do have PlayStation games that I've played and those were on the emulator. So yes, PlayStation emulators do exist on PC.
You can use your controller with them.
Yes, you can. You can get a well, see, this is the thing. I don't know if they exist anymore. You probably got to buy them online now, but Radio Shack used to sell PlayStation to PC adapters. I still have one of mine's left. I don't think they sell them anymore, but back in the day, they used to have a PlayStation to PC adapter.
I've seen mine on Amazon
And
before.
and I mean, if you guys can't find it on the game store or whatever, there's something called Amazon.com and eBay.com.
Whoa,
Yeah.
guys, we're missing a good opportunity. All right, don't go to either of those places. Go to Stables.com because we
This
don't forget to tell
guy.
them who sent you.
Because we suck your dick. I mean, we make more happen.
Oh my god.
'Cause one of us put in there 2 weeks.
This guy. Anyway, yeah, but I was gonna say that you can get the PlayStation to PC adapter, and the emulators are really good at mapping your buttons and stuff like that. It's really awesome. I love it. The only
Yes.
downside is that if you are going to emulate, which is we're not telling you should emulate, but if you are going to emulate, the later the system that you get, the more challenging it is to work it. Because then you gotta get like plugins and shit like that, and it becomes like a zoo of crap that you gotta go through. It's
I actually
annoying.
do recommend that you download emulators, but play ROMs like Pokemon Snake would, games that don't exactly exist.
Yeah, or if you're gonna play older ones that like you can't really find a store anymore.
Because they're pretty lenient on that shit.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Continue, Zach.
Oh shit, hold on. I'm getting attacked by a gang of wolves. Why did he run in from the chicken? Motherfucker.
Dude,
Dude, there's 12.
you're supposed to be more careful around those things, bro.
Raul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your transition from console to PC?
Sure. So I can tell you my story. So I was actually I used to have PS2, and then PS3, and then Xbox, and then finally one day I'm like, you know what? Can I just sell everything and get a really nice computer that I can actually play games, also do a bunch of other things than just playing a game on it.
Pause. You just like woke up one morning and go like, I'm gonna sell all my consoles.
Pretty
What?
much.
Wait. You don't just wake up one day and just say I want to sell my consoles. What happened?
So the story behind it was also I watched this YouTuber. Many of the people, if you watch this guy on YouTube, it's called Tech Syndicate, and he's really good. Now, about a few years ago, he started a series about kill your console.
Oh.
And within that price range, you can build a really nice computer. And cons and pro of that, building a computer versus a console. So I watched that and I'm like, interesting. So what I did was I was like, all right, can we go ahead and sell out this thing? And then I sold everything. I got a computer and actually built a nice computer. I was able to play most of the games. and just got really into the computer gaming. And then what I did would also purchase Xbox controller to play some of the games that is something like loadout and stuff like that, which
That's
you can
awesome.
use a controller. So that's how I kind of started my PC gaming stuff.
That's pretty cool, dude. I didn't know all that. That was awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, overall, the experience always been really good. I don't really pay $60 for my games.
Mhm.
Most likely, within a month or two, you might get the same game for like half the price.
That's
Um,
true.
I looked up on Steam. Steam is the biggest reason why I'm actually on PC game at this point,
Mhm.
because of course the summer sale and all this kind of stuff
Holiday
definitely
sale.
helps. Also, just like Zach kind of described, the really large amount of library for free games as well.
Yes.
And like I said, it's a PC. You can do whatever you want. If the stronger you make, it's gonna play the games, but you can also do web browsing and all the stuff. So it's not, you're not limited to one thing only. It can do multiple things, and it's overall much better than console, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. All right. That's pretty cool. Mr. Wiley, do you have a console to PC story?
Well, I pretty much played console as long as I played, PC. So, well, as a kid, I always played. I had a lot of PC titles, a lot of kiddie PC titles, along with your regular N64 and all that jazz.
Mhm.
But there was quite a big gap of when PC titles really weren't that popular, or really that normal to see.
Sure.
And through that, I just played consoles, and then it just slowly but surely went back to PC after Steam.
Ah. Like after Steam.
Well, because Steam is sort of like the Atari in the fact that it did bring back a whole gaming genre. Oh, not genre, but a whole gaming way of
Community,
gaming.
basically.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah, I mean, before the Steam days, what you had to do is like find a particular game, and then you had no way to communicate with people that you want to play games with.
That's very true.
It was just, and then compared to like console, which was really good part where we can have like 15 people team, and then we can play this one game, which was perfectly fine because you had the voice control and everything else, which is what we have now with the Steam. So the Steam kind of puts everything into one place, kind of like console.
And that's basically what I tell people about Steam when they ask me about it. Like, like you guys, like, I'm like, like your Xbox Live, and your PSN and stuff like that. That's basically what Steam is, but free.
Right.
Well, but if you're gonna play a game, you're gonna need Steam or Origin.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's how, because people ask me like, some people say like, what is Steam? I go like, oh, it's basically like it's like Xbox Live but for PC. Like,
Yeah.
it's the thing that libraries all your games and allows you to connect with people, that kind of thing.
Now, some of the things, the cons about it is, how there's a console exclusive game, even if it's PS3 or Xbox. It's a similar thing here as well. Most likely you guys gonna get more of a console game first, and then PC, because that's how the thing works.
Yes.
But
Just like we described earlier, a lot
Yeah.
of people, a lot of developers who make console games, they don't like making games for PC because PC is easier to pirate, as we discussed earlier. So yeah, that's the reasons why. Yes, one of the things of being a PC game is that you do tend to get ports last.
Right.
When it comes to that, also you get more titles, like more indie games, because it's an easier thing to develop for than.
That is
And
true.
that was gonna be kind of my next point, where you might not have the Halo series, but you have something similar to that on PC side.
Mhm.
It's not the same thing, but it's definitely something very very similar to it.
Yeah.
I mean, and Android's actually kind of slinging off of that. Like, I don't know if you guys get the fucking ads on Facebook about this, like, game looks exactly like Pokemon, and it
Yes.
references itself to Pokemon. I'm like, no,
Mhm.
motherfucker, I'm not downloading you. You're not Pokemon.
Yeah, Android's just so much for they make copies upon copies upon copies upon copies of the same fucking game. That's why I can't even go to the Play Store no more. It's like I don't even know what game is good and what's not, because like it's the same copy of every game. It's like, oh my god, oh goodness.
I just download whatever looks good. If I don't like it, I uninstall it.
I'm really good at PC side of things. I'm good at cell phone side of things, but I'm just not really big into mobile gaming because, in my opinion, if I was gonna play a game, I was gonna do it on the large TV or monitor compared to like my phone or tablet. I'm just not one of those person.
I just like use I use like a nice like puzzle game on my phone, like
Yeah.
you know when I'm on the go, that kind of thing.
Right.
Like I usually
Right.
play like 2048, something like that,
Hmm.
or something simple like Jetpack Joyride. You know, this thing's just something to pass the time while you're like you know on a car ride or something like that. And you said
Oh,
you
and
don't have anything, that
you're
kind of
seeing
thing.
a lot of the what was it the adventure books being ported over into actual games.
Yeah,
Like there's sorcery, and there's even a Frankenstein. Pick your own adventure, I guess. Is
nice.
what it's called.
Hmm.
It's not bad. I mean, even Yogscast actually did sorcery a while back. Sorcery 1 and 2.
Pretty cool. But you're gonna say more stuff, Earl? I'm sorry we cut you off, guys. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm good. I was done pretty much.
Okay.
Oh,
My console to PC thing was I was also mostly console way back in the day. And a lot of times I was upset with console because like Zach said, like you know, it's console comes with a lot of a huge risk because all the games are fucking expensive.
Hmm.
Like you spend a lot of money on your console games, and just like Zach said, like I was one of the unfortunate people who used to buy their stuff from GameStop, and as Saint like Zach, you know, when I went to return, if I didn't like it, I didn't get my full money back. So that used to depress me sometimes. And then I was wanted to try PC, and one of the first few games that got me into PC was MMOs. Like one of my
Hmm.
first games was Ragnarok Online, which didn't really require a lot of power from your PC to run it. So it was like a fun game. I enjoyed it. Spent a shit ton of my life on it, and it was great. And the first game that really wanted me to buy like a stronger PC was World of Warcraft. And
Ah.
I'm not even joking. Like that was the first game I want to buy a stronger PC because my friend Ronald, he was like, "Hey, I remember you like Ragnarok Online. You're not on it no more." He's like, "Hey, you should try World of Warcraft. We could try it together." And I was like, "Sure." So I got the game, and my PC could barely handle that game. The worst part, my PC was so weak I couldn't go into capital cities. That's how
Oh,
weak my PC was. I would
Oh.
go to the capital city and I would not be able to move. Like my computer couldn't load anything.
well, even
It,
now, when you go to big cities like that, computers like mine, Rebels, and everyone's actually would tend to stutter a bit.
well, yeah,
Mhm.
that's stuttering. But my computer was so weak, like it couldn't load anything. Like it couldn't load the character models. Nothing. I could go like in outside towns stuff like that because there's not a lot of people there. But anytime I would go to like capital city, the whole game would just freeze because it can't load, it couldn't load everything on the screen. So that was the first time I actually had to buy like a slightly stronger computer just to handle going to towns, and then I got a strong computer for that. And then from there, I found Steam later in my life, and I love Steam, but the problem was that I didn't really, couldn't buy a lot of the games because I ran into the same problem with Warcraft where my hardware wasn't strong enough to play a lot of the games that I wanted to play on it. So when I got another computer after that one, after Warcraft blew up my second one, 'cause that was a funny one. Actually, Warcraft actually blew up my second computer, no joke. But after that one, after my third computer, I was able to get a strong computer, and then I was able. That's when I started buying games on Steam, and Steam was definitely a godsend. That and League of Legends were like my two games back in the day that got me into PC gaming.
When I first heard of Steam, I hated it because of the whole DMR. Yeah, I think it's DMR.
Yeah, DMR. Yeah, Steam. That
Yeah.
is one of the other negative points of Steam. It is definitely DMR, where like you have to have Steam open your game stuff for you. Like whenever you download a game from Steam, like Steam has to open it for you. Like you can't open a
Hmm.
game without Steam opening it for you, which is a problem. Also, another problem with Steam is that it's sometimes not all the time, but it sometimes suffers from the always online syndrome, where you have to be always online so it can validate your account.
Oh, you had fun with that a while
Right.
back, didn't you?
Yeah, I had fun with that sometimes. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes I was unlucky with that because there was a time where I didn't have internet for like a couple of months, and Steam would have had no problem at first, but I think like after like a couple of days, it would go like, okay, you need to validate your account. Like we need to know this is you, and it wouldn't let me access my account unless I was on the internet. I don't think they do that all the time. I think I might have just pressed something wrong one day or something like that, but I know that's still a problem. Like, normally I wouldn't have to worry about that if I bought my games outright, like, from a box or something like that, like at a
Oh
store.
no, actually, if you have like a CD of a PC game, it
Hmm.
still requires Steam. That's how I first found out about Steam. Is through
Ah,
Mafia 2, actually, is how I found out about Steam.
hmm.
And that's why I started hating it, because I was trying to get that download, and I got it downloaded fine, and then it's like, hey, you need a Steam account. And Steam wasn't working with me. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So I returned the game, and now I actually have Mafia working, so I got a free game.
So who's the real winner here?
Well, I can tell you something, Walmart.
But yeah, I mean that in a way that is the future of PC gaming though, where it's like they have this thing where you have to be always online, which I think is I'm against it in a way because you got to think about all customers. Not everybody has bistro internet. There's some people who don't have any internet. There's some people who have limited. Like I have friends who don't have internet at their house, so they would go to their friend's house just to download like a TV show or a movie or something like that. So you got to think about those kind of people that they like borrow internet from like a random source and then they don't have it all the time. Like it's not fair that they buy games like legally and stuff like that, and then they can't play them because they're not online.
Well, I think with that, you also have to think about the companies that are worried about losing money to pirating. It's one of
That's
those
true.
things. It's a double-bladed sword.
It is a double-edged sword. It definitely is because
Right.
that wasn't that the problem with fucking Diablo 3 and some other games from like
Yeah.
from Maxis too. Like when they had what was with SimCity, I think the latest one they had that stupid shit too, where you had to
I
always be
think
online.
I think SimCity's problem was the fact that it's EA. EA just freaking messed that game up.
Yeah, but I think it was that was the same thing too, where it's like you had to always be online in order for it to work. But I remember that was definitely a big problem with fucking I know it was a huge problem with Diablo 3.
Oh
That
yeah.
shit was annoying.
Oh yeah, I remember people like posting shit like the whole freaking screen be like, yeah, there's errors going around, and it's like, yeah, no one can connect to any servers because they're all freaking filled.
Yeah. And it wasn't even that. It's like, like what if you don't want to play online? Like, you just want to play offline? No, you still have to be online just to play a game by yourself. What kind of stupidness was that? Like, I thought that was dumb because I bought Diablo 3 and I thought that was stupid. I didn't even finish the game. I was so upset about that. I was like, fuck it. Just
Well,
fuck it.
that's the way things have to be. I mean, you even see that with console games. Freaking Xbox One was about to do it until they got blasted by PlayStation.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, they shut down, man. They were like,
Yes.
"All right, we'll allow you to play online or offline."
You guys remember that where this is how you share games with the PlayStation?
Oh god, that commercial was
Oh,
so
shit.
funny.
That was
I remember that
great.
shit.
Love that shit.
Right. And that's where they kind of got really bad advertisement for in public eyes, and that's one of the reasons why actually PS4 kind of got ahead a really good start.
And Xbox One's catching up. Don't get me wrong, but I still
Right.
don't buy an Xbox One.
No, they are not catching up. I don't believe so.
I mean,
and
they
the
took
reason,
a huge loss with the whole.
yeah, I mean, dude, they couldn't even get rid of the Xboxes, man. They had to get Dorito to sponsor them. They had to get
Oh god, yes, the
Mountain
Dorito
Dew, they
Mountain
got
Dew
Mountain
shit.
Dew, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, they had to get sponsors to get rid of their fucking consoles. PS4 was sold out for months. Months. People didn't get them for fucking months.
And do you want to know the sad part about this whole thing? There's no games for both. There's no games for both
Nope.
consoles.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing
Oh, yeah.
I ever heard about. They pushed like this whole thing to sell these consoles, and there's like no games for either of them.
No,
Well, you guys know why though, right?
Re-releasing older games.
Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's
Yeah.
and that's another reason I'm glad I don't do console games no more because that's all that's happening now. They just keep re-releasing games over and over again, and it's not even like good games. It's games that's been out like a year or two before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
But see
fucking Last of Us remaster. Like that's a good game, but like it's only a year old.
Yeah.
You can't
Well-
remaster something that's worth remastering.
There's also a problem of console, like when they launched the console, like both of the company pretty much have exactly the same hardware running in it, but the problem is the game developers they're in problem right now because the console they assume that it's going to be really strong.
And they're
Well,
not.
they're not.
Yeah. They're like
And
severely outdated hardware and shit.
yeah. I mean, literally, once they came out, the really, really basic computer would outperform the console. So like that's their biggest problem. Is like trying to optimize a game. I mean, think about it, how much can you optimize a game to actually make it run on PS4 and Xbox? It's just one of those things.
Exactly. Because basically whatever you make on your on the game at your studio, you got to kind of dumb it down to the console's level just to make it playable.
I mean, 30 FPS is the limit on it on most of the games.
Yeah. Oh
and and you also have like weird resolution, like
You see that shit all the time, and like
1200
getting pissed off.
Yeah, like I saw like recently about a few months ago, I guess, 1200 by 960 ratio resolution.
What?
Like, it's
what
really
kind of
weird.
numbers are those? Whoa.
They had to do it because there's no way for a game to work otherwise. They reduce the resolution.
Oh, dude, that is just sad.
So it's the console. I mean, even Sony and Microsoft, they're trying to think about getting a new console out.
But
With,
you
yeah, with hardware, improve hardware on it, because that's the biggest bottleneck basically at this point.
It is. Dude, that's so sad. You didn't even finish these aren't even like a year. Oh my! I can't. My brain just leaked out of my ears now. What?
Yeah.
Let's go. The reason why I like PlayStation is because they've gone the tried and tested way of doing things, like the old school way. Like you used to have Nintendo re-releasing a product, like you see the NES, and then you get the NES2, also known as the Toaster. But they re-release it with cheaper, more cost-effective products, and you get more sales that way. You get more people in it. They even have time to figure out what's wrong with the computer.
Xbox has been cheap the whole time.
Oh yeah, the Xbox been doing horrible. That's why the only Microsoft console I like is the Xbox original.
Sure.
Because you don't get the memes out of their anger. Red Ring of Death was everywhere.
Oh yeah.
My god!
Fuck
I got
Ring of
that
Death.
9 fucking times before I switched to the better console.
I got that at least twice. So
Mhm.
yeah, I've had the Red Ring of Death as well.
I love it because there was this picture I saw with Green Lantern trying to recharge his power, and it's just the lantern has a Red Ring of Death, and it's like, all right, what do you do then? Sinestro 1, you can't deal with these odds.
That's just crazy, man. But this is wild. The fact that they were thinking about making another console, they didn't even finish anything with this one yet. It's just it's funny. That's wow. That just I really lost all train of thought when you said that sentence. That just really fucked up my whole thinking pattern. Is that you laugh so much? Wow. I mean, here's my thing on remastered games. Like, I don't mind the fact that they're re-releasing games, but it's just that if you're gonna do a remastering of a game or something like that, at least make it like from a past generation. Like if they did like a Crash Bandicoot remastering or something like that,
Like
I can
PS2.
get behind that. That game's old. That's like in the 90s. That's understandable. But seriously, I know I'm sick of seeing fucking Resident Evil over there. I love Resident Evil. I got nothing wrong. But how many remasterings of that game do they have now? I've lost count. I literally have lost count how many times they've redone Resident Evil 1. It's like, seriously, okay, it's a great game. I got it. Can we move on to another one? Do part 2 or 3 or something. Like, come the fuck on. Seriously. And then on top of that, like I said, then there's these remasters that are like not even a year old. And it's like, why are you remastering a game that's only a year old? Like, what else can you do with it? Like, fucking Tomb Raider and Last of Us. It's like, these games aren't even that old yet. So how are you doing a remaster version? Fucking Sleeping Dogs. Oh my god. I, like, literally just beat that game. And they're like, here's the definitive version. I'm like, and you just put this out. Like, what?
The greatest part is when they did
give
the
me like Sleeping
re-release.
Dogs 2 or give me some DLC for it, but don't give me the same game again. oh, but this one has a secret mission that you might have missed. I'm like, so I'm gonna get the same. I'm gonna spend another $40 on a game that I already beaten for one mission. No, fuck that. Like, either give me a new game, or if you're gonna make a remaster, go further back.
It's like Payday's trying to sell you the entire game based on the DLC.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, man. I mean, even though I was like, harping on Payday about their DLC, at least they put new DLC out.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't get mad on that. At least they're keeping things fresh for the old game. They're not doing some, oh, here's Payday 2, the Game of the Year edition. It's like, no, like, at least they don't do stupid shit like that. Like, at least they're like, they respect their people enough to not do something stupid like that.
Yeah, they're like, here you go. We're gonna call this one. You wanted your Payday 2. Just because we changed the name, it's a different game.
Exactly, and that's another thing. I really wish that when they really think about. I mean, I understand that they're not making a lot of games. I understand because making games are expensive. I got that part, but my thing is, if you're gonna make remastered games or these games with HD editions and stuff like that, why can't you go back to past generations? Because like PlayStation 1, for example, has so many games. PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, like all these systems had great like games, and none of them have seen like a remastering at all. But yet you're gonna pick a game that was out like a year ago or something like that. Why? Because it was popular. Like, go, take a chance and like go for something that wasn't like as much well known or something like that. Fucking like Nintendo, the Kid Icarus and stuff like that. That was a
Kid Icarus, but they didn't bring back any of his games.
Exactly. Well, it's things like that. Like, like go back further if you're gonna do remasters. Is what I'm trying to say. That's my rant. It's coming down to go back further. Not this whole man. We're out of games. Let's remaster a game. Oh, here's fucking Street Fighter 4. That just came out last year, right? Let's just make another one. Like, that's a bad example because Street Fighter 4 came out a while ago. But you get what I'm trying to say though. The base of the fun that they pick a game that's like still like current.
Like Uncharted 3, they were like, "Hey, let's remake this the Game of the Year edition."
Thank you, Zach. That's perfect. That fixes my argument right there. That's excellent. Yeah, like you'll go further back. Like remake a Jack and Dexter game or something like that.
Remake Rayman. Rayman was fucking dope.
There you go. Like, that's a great idea. Make a remake, like a remake of the Rayman series or something like that. Anything. Like, go further
like
back.
Even Beyblades, man. Like, I knew there was a game, it sucked, but hey, you can remaster it and make it look cool.
There you
I'll
go.
play it. I used to fucking play Beyblades in the church parking lot, man. Hell yeah.
The problem I have with a remastered game is that they don't add anything other than enhanced graphics.
And at the end of the day, what does that sentence mean? This is what this will look like. This is what it would look like if you were playing it on PC. Drop the mic. That's all I gotta say to that.
This podcast over.
I mean, roll. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
That's what all it means. Like,
but now we gotta move to the cons.
All right, what you got for cons? We said some cons. But yeah, what you got at? You're not in your Minecraft fight anymore.
Crashes. Windows crashes. Anything. I mean, just like you could be in a game and it crashes for a Windows error, or Steam crash, or Steam doesn't like the update, or the Steam voice doesn't like to work. It's just a bunch of stupid shit like that. Like, you don't have that with PS4. Either it breaks completely or it, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I had my files been corrupted by overheating, and the Xbox just turns off, and that's the reason why I don't play Assassin's Creed.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, you do get those problems on consoles, but not as frequently as you do on PC. So, yes, in a way, you're right. You don't get that as often as consoles, but they do have it on console, just not as often. So I will agree to disagree on that one, but yeah, I still agree. Yeah, you do get a lot of crash. You do get a ton more crash stuff on PC than with a console.
And one of the things is, again, it's optimized for that particular hardware. You can kind of compare that situation with Android and Apple stuff, where the iPhone and stuff like that, they know that this is the hardware we're making this game for or this app for, compared to like you have really fragmented market for Android, which you have 50,000 phone and they're all different. They all have different processor. Similar situation with this, you either maintain a PS3 with that particular specs versus you maintain 50,000 other computer that has, each of them has a different variation of software and hardware installation. So
yeah. So yeah, that was a good point, Zach. I gotta get that to you. Like I said, agree to disagree on that one though.
I think there will always be pros and cons. It's just that I do deem that the PC is worth the cons compared to the console market.
right.
Sure. I want to see what else, Zach. What cons you got, Zach? I'm just curious.
Updating. Let's just bring out Payday. I never ever have had a 3 gigabyte update that crashes my internet every single time I try to open it, which I don't understand. I still don't understand why the fuck it was crashing my internet. Anyways.
Well, consoles do have updates, but not as frequent as PCs. So yes, I have to give you that one too.
Well, except for PS3.
Yes.
PS3 can.
Oh God, yes, PS3. Oh my fucking God, PS3 with their fucking updates.
And the other reason is they barely get a game, and so that's probably the reason why.
I like the little cheap shot. There's rolling. I'm like, God, quick one. Yeah, but God, yeah. When PS3 has those updates for their games, those things take forever. I hate that shit. But yes, I agree. Updates do take forever, and yes, sometimes an update can fuck up the game because that's happened to me before too. League of Legends.
Binary domain. After I updated it, my controller's not working.
Yeah, that's true. No, there is that. And I had problems with League of Legends sometimes in the past where after updated I couldn't get into the game. So yeah, there's games that does happen that when you update that it stops working or it creates problems that weren't there before. So I agree that does happen.
Also, viruses. You're more likely not to get a virus on a console.
Yeah, I get
Roll.
Again, that same argument. I didn't want to bring the same argument because it is a PC, it is a computer, so it's one of those things. Plus, it's going to be one of those self-awareness kind of thing as well. So
Sure.
if you were to kind of keep eye on what you download and whatnot, that might also help in that situation.
Anyone can hack into your computer, though.
That's true. But like, I always wonder, is there a way to put a virus on a console, and what would exactly happen?
Because it's red ring.
Okay.
Yep. Or you can do boot loop. I mean,
True.
If we really think about it, the new generation consoles are literally not console but PC.
In a box. Yes,
in a
I agree.
box. So I mean, Xbox, for instance, it's literally basically a Windows 8 running on it with stuff kind of cleared off of that, so it would just run particular part of it. But it is running Windows 8 on it. So.
Okay, so that does make sense. I agree with you. Okay. I was just curious, and yes, I it can create that kind of happening. And I do remember, like, we said boot loop. That reminded me of when people used to brick their PSPs. I remember that. That was like the fad for a while.
Yep.
How to brick your PSP and how to unbrick it and shit. I was like, why do people why do people want to do that? Why would you want to brick your PSP? That thing is expensive.
And I mean, speaking of viruses, like, let's say, like, the viruses can damage the computer, right? But, I don't know if you guys remember, but in past, like PS3 or it was PS2, one or the other, had just a firmware update from Sony that also actually bricked the PS3, and they had to do a recall on them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did remember that. Oh, shit. I
But-
totally forgot about that.
Valid argument. I've had my PS3 for years without one problem. I've had my PC, and I've had multiple problems in less than a year.
Well, I had my PS3 for multiple years, and I barely had a problem with it. But then again, I have to ask you another question though. Which one do you use more, your PS3 or your PC?
I mean, now I use my PC more, but I had used my PS3 every day. And during high school, all high school, I used it every single day.
Just to play a game.
Exactly. You weren't doing anything else but playing games on it. PC, you do more than just playing games on it.
No, I don't. I play games on this computer. That's it. I have another computer for doing other things.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
All right.
that's a good point.
I can't argue with that. He's got me on
Right.
that one.
I bought
Right.
this computer just a game.
Dude, we weren't
Speaking of which,
we
why'd
weren't
you
stopping
get
you.
that
Oh no! You guys,
No, no,
you
no,
guys
no.
want to turn this into a debate?
Let's
So
talk.
I'm gonna defend myself.
No, we
Let's
were
talk
agreeing
about
with you
this.
because
Yeah, we
you
were.
stopped us. You got it.
No. You bought that $1,000 freaking tablet to game?
Oh no, I use my
Oh.
tablet for Android. That's separate from this computer there.
Right.
So what's up, Eric? The next question.
Wait.
What's up?
So
Look.
which one do you use? Which computer do you use?
I'm using the tablet is Android. The computer is a computer with Windows 8.
Yeah, so what you're telling me is you bought a tablet, or you bought a tablet that can turn into a Windows 8 tablet with a keyboard. So
Yeah. An
Just a game.
18.6-inch tablet that can stream Windows wherever I want to be and can also run Android.
I'm just saying you should have just bought a actual gaming PC, and then you would have a much better experience, bro.
Is that right? For what?
For everything.
For what? Because now this is a more mobile computer. I don't have to carry a monitor and a computer. I could just carry my tablet and then my small ass desktop,
Well,
which also it's an i5 with 8 gigs of RAM.
just saying you're the only one with problems with Steam, so that might be a correlation.
We don't have Steam issues. We all don't have Steam issues.
What I meant is communication issues. Like with your Razer comms messing up on you.
What does that have to do with my computer?
I'm just saying that no one else has it, but your tablet has problems.
It's not a tablet. My tablet is separate from the computer.
All right. Well, your tablet, that's your monitor, has problems.
I don't use that as my monitor. I use my 27-inch AOC monitor.
Oh goodness gracious, these two.
You're losing, Eric. Come on.
I'm just saying that you're using.
What is
processor
different?
from a
My-
tablet?
What? I'm using an i5 processor.
Well, you brought that thing into work. That's a tablet.
Yes, and it has a separate processor. It has a separate graphics card. It has a separate everything. It's a fucking tablet by itself, and it can stream Windows on there.
So you're telling me it's not a tower?
No. Here.
Oh my
Eric,
God, Eric.
I can explain to you, buddy.
This was on my cons
No,
list.
I understand this.
I swear to God,
It's
Eric
not
is on my
tablet.
cons list.
Wait. So usually your pros for you games, I usually your consoles too. I love this.
Yeah, hold on. I got you. Hold on.
No, he said friends.
Oh,
No. You want to see my cons list right here?
go.
Ah! Go ahead. Check it on the on the Facebook chat.
Oh,
Yep.
No, that sounds like
There's Eric right there.
oh no. Oh no.
And
What
it's not like I just added it too. It was like not even the last line. So,
Well, we do argue a lot, but that's because I'm good looking and you're not.
that's because you got a small penis and I don't.
So I'm good looking because I have a small penis? Is that what you're saying?
I think we were still doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's fight later.
Okay. Just making sure.
Got shit we have to do.
Anyways, next point, Battlefield 3.
Oh yes.
Let's just start off with this. I mean, who has to download or use a different web browser just to play a fucking game? I remember, consoles, you can just pop a game in and play it. Woo! But
Actually, you have to pay the $50 because used game, sir.
I mean,
versus
you can
Versus you had to pay it only like $1.
Well, certain some free MMOs you have to like launch the game through the web browser, but however, I never had to download a different browser to do it, so I still had to side with Zach a little bit on this one.
Okay. I mean, again, kind of Zach brought this argument on his side, so I can say that I actually launched my Battlefield 3 and 4 using my Chrome browser.
But what did you have to do to
Nothing.
access the Chrome?
Nothing.
You had to add an extension on there. You even
Nope.
told us.
Well, it's even if you get the any browser, you have to get the extension.
See, the problem with PC gaming is you actually have to know what you're doing. So,
Oh, and you couldn't install Windows. So shut the fuck up.
dude, I installed Windows perfectly fine on my other computer.
Yeah, on your other computer, and then you couldn't switch out a hard drive.
I switched out the hard drive, just it was having software problems.
You just said earlier that you were having problems installing the hard drive.
No, the hard drive is in the computer that I'm currently using right now to talk to you. with that far. There's no problem technically with the hard drive. The
Hey, we were
problem
doing
is-
so well, Earl. We were doing so
Mhm.
well.
We were.
Let's scrap this whole argument.
I think it's almost 2, so we should actually.
I'm sure you get a haircut.
Oh god.
already did that, sir.
I think Brandon. I think you might need to do like editing on this.
Oh yes,
Cut
I'll have to cut all their fighting.
Also,
I thought it was a good idea to have us sitting here fighting.
The last point was the cost. I mean, you can run on a low end computer, but who wants to have those problems? You just got to drop like, I don't know, between $7 to $1,000 to get
Well,
a good computer.
I thought
I
people
know
used to
it's
say
a
that
lot.
you can drop like 500 nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah, you can drop quite a
You
bit.
can, but like Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out. Do you want to really like push
Dude,
what
you're gonna
you
need a
buy to the test?
supercomputer if we're going by.
Well, I mean,
GTAV4
if
standards.
if you want the highest graphics,
Yeah,
level,
I was gonna say yeah. You don't need a
Um,
high computer for that, but if you want the highest graphics, yeah, you're gonna have to put
I did not say the highest graphics card.
yeah,
but
no,
I mean,
no,
there's-
not highest graphics. I'm saying if you want like really high end graphics, yeah, you got to put like 700 to 1,000 in
like
there.
if you want like really good quality, then I mean, if you want like a moderate quality, still better than console. Like the lowest quality that you can get on PC, it would be still better than console. You don't need $1,000 computer for it.
I'm not saying it in comparison to I'm just saying like to buy a PC to build one.
Yeah,
no,
I know
it's
what you're
about
saying.
$500.
We're just saying that that statistically people have been saying that you can build like a decent, not great, but decent game computer for like $500.
and also they do also have Steam machines that are computers just solely for playing games.
Have they released those yet though? Like
The Steam box,
They released
Yeah,
the OS.
they're all over the place.
Yeah,
Where? I haven't seen one. I haven't seen an
Oh.
advertisement for one or nothing.
They
Oh,
don't
check
advertise.
online.
It's
Oh.
it's from Alienwares. It's from also
Alienware. Okay.
yeah. It's from also
it's gonna be
like
expensive as
It's
fuck.
exactly. It's gonna
Yeah,
be.
but
It's
on
gonna be
that
arm and a
line-
fucking leg then.
No
Jeez.
ways. It's just gonna be a box of Christmas lights and Game Boy stuck inside.
Oh my god, yeah. Alright, yes. These are Alienware's like, oh, alright, that's good. That's gonna cost like an arm and a leg. That's gonna be like your house and the mortgage right there.
Well,
no.
see,
I mean,
anybody
no.
can
It's
make one.
it's
You
actually
sign right here.
the Alienware computers on Newegg right now. I'm looking at the price. With Windows 8.1, i3 processor, and everything, it's $499.
Get the fuck out of here. An Alienware?
Mhm.
Put that in the chat. Seriously. I gotta see this. I've never seen an Alienware for under like $800.
There you go.
No. I refuse to believe that you're saying that Alienware is like fucking.
Now I posted a link.
I'm checking this out.
This motherfucker. Holy crap. An Alienware for.
hmm
Holy crap. He's not kidding.
I mean, if you,
Well, it's actually. Well, this is like a weak one, though. What, i3?
Yeah, and it's $500.
Guys, it's a freaking Steam box. It doesn't need that big of a processor. It doesn't have much running on it. It's
Okay. Alright.
yeah, I mean,
I'm talking like high-end game. Like, if you're
Well-
gonna do high-end gaming, though, like,
well,
that's gonna.
any gaming computer you build, you want a monitor processor, so like an i3 or something like that. But
Right.
the best thing you want is the graphics card.
Sure.
Usually, what the term is like, if you put $100 in your CPU, you want to put $200, double that amount into your graphics card to get the best performance. And this computer, as I'm looking at it on Alienware website right now, it's got a GTX GPU with 2 gigs of RAM, which is like really good. So yeah, I mean, it would get the work done, and you also get the controller.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the control is everything, right?
the controller.
Yeah, controllers. Everything.
Have you guys seen the Steam controllers? The prototypes that they have?
They were like really out there.
They were
Yeah.
weird as hell, and I wanted one.
It didn't.
He said I wouldn't want. I like that.
It actually didn't succeed. Like people didn't like it. It didn't
Yeah.
work.
Oh yeah,
So,
but it had the touchpad like the PS4s.
Oh gosh.
You know what I really like? I had this Android controller. It was pretty fucking cool. It like fits to your phone.
Oh yeah, a lot of Android.
Oh yeah. I remember
it feels
MWN
like
did a thing on that. I think
Volga?
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that thing.
It like
Volga, right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it like clicks to
Yeah.
the size of your phone. That thing was really cool. I would actually love to buy that if I really got into like mobile gaming.
Mhm.
What I want to get is a freaking either well, there is the Oculus Rift I really want to get, but there's also NVIDIA Shield. That would be cool.
Yes, sir. And see, if I was one of the person who get Nvidia Shield, I can actually stream all of these games that I actually have on this computer right now to Nvidia Shield because I have GTX 970, which would actually allow me to do that.
Is it like the Shadow Play?
No, it's basically it would let you stream your game from the main computer to anywhere in your house
Oh, nice.
on basically a tablet.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I know many people that actually use that because it's just more convenient.
The only problem with it is expensive.
Yeah.
Well,
Nothing's cheap anymore.
yeah. I mean, it's not the cheapest thing. So
Oh my.
Yeah, that's from people that you can't get. Amazon's having selling; they're sold out.
Oh, was this the thing that they were trying to put World of Warcraft on a long time ago?
Probably.
Yeah, I've ever seen that a long time ago. And they were like when that thing was like in development, they were trying to put World of Warcraft on it.
They do crap like that all the time.
Yeah, trying to get the most popular game on it. All right then. Wow, we've been talking for a good long time. I think we can wrap this up for today. See,
Sure?
and you thought that we could only talk for like 30 minutes to an hour. Roll. I told you, we come on now, come on, man. We talk way too much, man. This was too easy. So yeah, this is the first episode of our awesome ass podcast.
That's what we should have named it. Awesome ass podcast. Damn it.
damn it,
Except for Eric.
missed it.
I mean, my ass is awesome. Don't get me wrong on it, but
Well,
still.
have you seen my booty?
Oh God, sorry. Ooh. Anyway, as I was saying, yes. So, any parting words to our viewers?
Hold on.
Mrs. Ballzac?
Hold on.
Go ahead. I see. I need your parting words. That's I didn't want to close yet. Go ahead. Way to say, Ballzac.
No, hold up. I just was scrolling through. Hold on. Here we go. Because we mentioned this. Naughty Dog effectively rules out a return to Crash Bandicoot and Jackson Dexter.
Well, obviously they close out Crash Bandicoot because they don't own Crash Bandicoot anymore.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot was given to Sony, and then they gave it to something else. So yeah, Naughty Dog they don't own Crash Bandicoot anymore.
Says
Second-
although rumors have continued to persist over the past couple years about Sony potentially reacquiring and reviving Crash Bandicoot franchise, it looks like if it ever does happen, it will be without original creator Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
An in-depth info.
Well, yeah. See, like I said, Naughty Dog doesn't own Crash Bandicoot anymore. They started owning Crash Bandicoot since like Crash Team Racing and Crash 3. That was like the last two games they did with Crash Bandicoot. Every other game since then has been by other developers. Jack and Dexter, however, I'm interested in because I think they still own Jack and Dexter, don't they?
I'm not positive.
Yeah, they should still own Jack and Dexter. So I never heard them getting rid of that. So that's kind of interesting that they want to continue with that. It's because they may be focusing on games that give them money right now, which is fucking Uncharted and Last of Us. That got them a shit ton of money, so that's probably why they're not going back to like the cartoony games. Everybody wants something cinematic and stuff nowadays. They want the real deal. So,
Which I wish they would remake Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Tooie was alright, but it was just fucking confusing. Like it had like
the biggest hub worlds and shit.
that, and it didn't follow any type of storyline. It tried to bring it through it, but there was so much side shit to do, you would get sidetracked from it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I tried to play Banjo-Kazooie again. I beat all the way through, and I can't remember how to beat the ending of it.
Yep.
So I'm going to rewatch a fucking video.
All right. Well, that was Zach's parting words. Rahulio, any parting words to our viewers, sir?
No, I think our first stream was actually pretty good as far as the podcast goes. We had really good points. So hopefully, if you guys like it, we'll continue to be doing this.
Yay. Mr. Wiley, do you have anything to say, Mr. Goddamn Wiley?
Well, since these are the last words other than yours, of course, that can be spoken is Eric rocks and Zach sucks balls. Thank you.
Fuck you, Eric, you little cunt.
Oh my goodness gracious. And my last words, I guess, are thanks for I really appreciate you guys, all three of you. and the viewers and listeners for listening to us and our ramblings and everything like that. We would definitely probably make some more for fun, just because we
There you
like
go.
talking. I mean, that's what we do.
I have a
We-
few things that we can talk about. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
if you guys want to keep going to like 6, I can do it.
No, we'll save for another episode. We're good here. We have enough for now. Just hold them, put it in your pocket for later. Okay.
Take your comments and put them in your pocket.
There you go. Oh man, thanks for listening and watching, guys. We'll definitely be back for more. You guys have a great night, evening, day, whatever it is, or time that you're listening to this. Peace out.
Good night, and see you next time.
Peace.
Yeah.